Video, we're going to talk about percent composition, which is as simple as it sounds. Percent means out of 100, and composition basically has to do with what makes something up. So percent is the part out of the whole times 100. Now when we're talking about chemical compounds, what we're looking at usually is to determine the percentage of an element within a compound or molecule. We also look at it with hydrates, but I made a separate video on that. So percent composition of a compound or molecule, mass of that element in 1 mole, divided by the mass of 1 mole of that substance, times 100. So let's just do an example real quick where we calculate that. So if we were determining the percent composition of the elements in potassium permanganate, what we would do is first have to determine the molar mass of potassium permanganate. And in order to do that, we need to use the periodic table and find the molar masses for each of the component elements, and then multiply by how many of them we have to get the total. So doing it for potassium, since this implies you have 1 potassium within the compound, or in the formula unit, you have 1 times 39.1, 39.1. And you do the same thing for manganese because you have 1 of those. So for oxygen, you have 16 grams per mole. You have to multiply that by 4 because the formula indicates that there are 4 of them. This would give you a total molar mass of 158 grams. So out of that 158 grams, what we're going to do is determine what percentage of that would be potassium, manganese, and oxygen. So then, there you go, percent potassium, 39.1 out of the 158 is 24.7% potassium. Manganese, 54.9 out of the 158 times 100 is 34.8%. And then the oxygen is 64 out of the 158 times 100, and that gives you the final percentage. And your percentages should add up to 100 because by definition percent means out of 100.